In this video, we discussed about the simple cubic structure. So, what is simple cubic structure and what are the parameters related to the simple cubic structures? So, these things are discussed by using the concept of the simple cubic structure. So, what is simple cubic? So, there is only one lattice point at each corner of the cubic shaped unit cell, which is called the simple cubic structure. So the example for the bolonium is the simple cubic structure. So there is only one lattice point at each corner of the cubic. So the cubic that is simple cubic, which is considered as a so there are 8 corners. So in each corner one atoms, that is one lattice point, is located. So that is shown in the picture. So there are 8 corners in the simple cubic structure. So in each corner one atom is located. So there are 8 corners and 8 atoms. So polonium is in form of the simple cubic structure. So in a simple cubic, the 3 faces, that is A, B, C, which are have the same, because this is the cubic structure. So the angle, that is the alpha, beta and gamma, so which is equal to 90 degree. That is the 3 different axes, that is A, B, C, are the mutually perpendicular to each other. So that is indicates the alpha, which is equal to beta, which is equal to gamma, which is equal to 90 degree. So what are the parameters related to the simple cubic structure? So first one is the number of atoms per unit cell. So the number of, that is the total number of atoms present in or shared by an unit cell, is known as the number of atoms per unit cell. So in simple cubic structures, there are only 8 atoms, one at each corner of the cubic or the unit cell. So I already I told, so there are 8 corners in the simple cubic structure. So in each corner one atom is located. So the number of atoms per unit cell, which is indicate the total number of atoms present in or shared by a unit cell. So one unit cells which is shared the total number of atoms. So that is called the number of atoms per unit cell. So in actual crystals, each and every corner atoms is shared by 8 adjacent unit cells. So therefore each corner atoms is common for 8 adjacent unit cells. So total number of atoms per unit cell, which is equal to 1 divided by 8 into 8. That is total number of 8 atoms is shared by one unit cell. The total number of atoms, which is equal to 8. So 1 divided by 8 into 8, which is equal to 1. So the number of atoms per unit cell in the simple cubic structure, which is equal to 1. Then second one is the coordination number. So what is coordination number? So the number of nearest atoms directly surrounding a given atoms, which is called the coordination number. So if we take the 1 atoms in the simple cubic structures, so how many atoms is nearestly located that particular atoms, that is called the coordination number. So if we consider the diagram of the simple cubic structure, say one particular atom is surroundingly, there are 6 atoms is located in the crystal structure. So the coordination number for simple cubic is 6. Then third one is the atomic radius of the simple cubic. So atomic radius is nothing but the half of the distance between any 2 nearest neighbor atoms which have direct contact with each other. So atomic radius, which is represented by the letter small r, can be expressed in terms of the cube h and the vice versa. So in simple cubic structures, the corner atoms touch each other along the edges. So the nearest neighbor distance is the lattice constant in the simple cubic structure, that is small a, which is equal to 2r. So therefore the atomic radius of the simple cubic r, which is equal to a divided by 2, that is half of the lattice constant. So the atomic radius which is used to calculate the packing fraction or packing factor. So atomic packing fraction or packing factor. So it is defined as the ratio of volume of atoms per unit cell to the total volume of the unit cell. That is atomic packing factor or packing factor, which is equal to number of atoms per unit cell into volume of one atom divided by total volume of the units. So already we calculate the number of atoms in the unit cell in simple cubic, which is equal to 1. So volume of one atoms. So the volume of, which is like a cubic structure. So volume of the cube, which is equal to 4 by 3 pi r cube. So r is the radius. So radius in terms of lattice constant, which is equal to a by 2. So 4 by into a by 2 the whole cube divided by total volume of the unit cell. So the total volume of the cube, which is equal to a cube. So simplifying, we have the atomic packing factor or atomic fraction factor, which is equal to 52%, which means 52% volume of the unit cell of the simple cubic structure is occupied by the atoms. So the remaining 48% volume of the simple cubic is vacant. So almost nearly 50% it is in the empty in the simple cubic structure. So we say simple cubic has loosely packed structure because nearly half of the simple cubic structure is an empty. So it is the loosely packed structure. So the atomic packing fraction, which is indicate the package status of the simple cubic or in general any structure. So in simple cubic, the atoms are loosely packed structure. So these are the informations regarding simple cubic structure. So thank you.